6 years after the helicopter crash that took Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna, the three girls he left behind aren't just surviving. They're building the exact lives he always said he wanted for them. Before he was anything else to the public, Kobe Bryant was outnumbered at home, and he loved it. He and his wife Vanessa raised 4 daughters, Natalia, Gianna, Bianka, and Capri, and Kobe turned the whole thing into a running joke. When friends teased him for never getting a son, he had a line for it. Something about how it doesn't take a real man to make a boy, it takes a king to make a princess. That was Kobe Bryant, Girl Dad, long before the label existed. And on January the 26th, 2020, everything about that identity became a wound instead of a punchline. Kobe and Gianna, along with 7 others, died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. Vanessa Bryant was left to raise 3 daughters through a grief the whole world was watching. What's happened since is a story that rarely gets told in full, because each daughter has quietly gone a completely different direction, and together, they add up to something remarkable. Natalia was 17 when the crash happened, the oldest of the 3, and suddenly the one holding her younger sisters together. She'd grown up courtside at Lakers games, but her interests were never really about basketball. They were about fashion, film, storytelling. She enrolled at USC to study filmmaking, and at 18, she signed with IMG Models, one of the biggest agencies on the planet. Vanessa posted that Kobe would have been proud, and it's hard to imagine he wouldn't have been. From there, it kept building. In September 2023, Natalia made her runway debut at Milan Fashion Week, walking for Versace. That same year, her name turned up somewhere nobody expected: the tour credits for Beyoncé's Renaissance World Tour, where she worked as an intern with Beyoncé's company, Parkwood Entertainment. Natalia's known the Bryant family's ties to Beyoncé for years, but landing an actual production credit on a stadium tour was her own accomplishment, not a family favor. She's kept splitting time between the classroom and the runway ever since. Film school in one hand, a modeling career in the other. And she's never distanced herself from her father's legacy to do it. She talks openly about the Mamba Mentality, not as a basketball philosophy, but as a way of working, showing up, and pushing through, whether that's on a film set or in front of a camera. She's not chasing her dad's game. She's chasing her own version of his standard. Gianna isn't here to build her own next chapter, but her presence still shapes everything the family does. Born in 2006, she was known as Gigi, and from a young age, she had her father's competitive streak and his obsession with the game. Kobe coached her himself at his Mamba Sports Academy, and he talked about her potential constantly. She wanted to play college basketball at UConn and then go pro in the WNBA, and by all accounts, she had the game to actually get there. Kobe used to tell a story about fans coming up to him and telling him he needed a son to carry on his legacy, and Gigi, standing right next to him, would cut in without missing a beat. She didn't need a boy for that. She had this. She was 13 when she died. In the years since, Vanessa has made sure that dream didn't just disappear. She renamed Kobe's charity the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation, using Gigi's own nickname, and it now funds youth sports programs for underserved kids across the country. There's a bronze statue outside Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, showing Kobe and Gigi embracing, unveiled in 2024, a permanent version of a moment they actually lived. And in April 2025, when UConn won the national championship, the program Gigi had always wanted to play for, Vanessa posted a message saying Gigi would have loved being there with them. Gigi Bryant never got to play a single minute of college basketball, but 6 years later, her name is still on the court. Bianka was just 3 years old when her father died, too young to really understand what had happened, but old enough that his absence has shaped her entire childhood. Vanessa and Natalia have both stepped into that gap, and so has an unexpected figure. Pau Gasol, Kobe's former Lakers teammate and one of his closest friends, who stayed close to the family and even helped teach Bianka and her younger sister the game their father loved. Vanessa posts pieces of Bianca's life constantly. Birthdays, vacations, ordinary kid moments turned into something the whole internet watches. One of the more viral ones happened in 2023, when Bianka, then 6, attended Taylor Swift's Eras Tour with her mom and sisters, and ended up pulled on stage during the song 22, where Swift wrapped her in a hug and handed her a hat straight off her own head. It's the kind of pure, uncomplicated joy that Vanessa has fought hard to protect for all 3 of her daughters, alongside the harder work of helping them understand, in pieces, as they're ready, exactly how much their father loved them and exactly what the world lost. Capri is the one who'll grow up knowing her father almost entirely through other people's memories. She was born in June 2019, and she was 7 months old when the crash happened. too young to form a single memory of him herself, but she carries him with her literally. Her middle name is Kobe. He was the one who announced her on the way, and Vanessa still calls her Coco, short for Coco Bean, a nod to Kobe's own middle name, Bean. Vanessa has said more than once that Capri reminds her the most of him. The same stare, the same stubborn streak. She's growing up surrounded by her mother and sisters, trips to Disney World, birthday parties, ordinary childhood stitched together on top of an extraordinary loss. She'll never get to ask her dad a question and hear him answer, but everyone around her has made sure she'll never wonder whether he would have loved her fiercely. He already told the world he would, before she was even born. Behind all three of them is the person who's carried the heaviest weight since 2020. Vanessa Bryant lost her husband and one of her daughters in the same instant, and she still had 3 more children who needed her to get out of bed the next morning. She said, in her own words, that her daughters became the reason she kept moving. She's spent the years since building Kobe and Gigi's legacy into something concrete, a foundation, a statue, a name people still say out loud, while also just being present, day after day. For the 3 girls who are still here, Kobe Bryant's story didn't end on that hillside in Calabasas. Natalia is building a career in fashion and film on her own terms. Bianka is growing up wrapped in family, learning her father one story at a time. Capri is starting a life permanently tied to a name she'll never remember him saying out loud. And Gigi's dream never actually died. It just moved into a foundation, a statue, and a championship banner she never got to help raise. The Mamba Mentality was never really about basketball. It was about getting back up, and this family has spent 6 years proving that. Let us know in the comments what you think Kobe would say if he could see his daughters now. And if you want more stories like this one, hit subscribe.